Chat, what's going on? We're live here at KCSN Live. Tucker Franklin hanging out with you here from Three Trails Brewing down here in downtown Independence, right here on the square. Looking at the square, kind of in the area where they shot the Chiefs Christmas movie. You guys remember that? Kind of in that area here. Shout out to Three Trails Brewing for hosting me today. They've got all kinds of great stuff going on. Obviously, Chiefs taking on the Chargers this weekend. You can watch that game here, this new game here at Three Trails Brewing. Look at the space behind me. The space is decked out already for Christmas, getting everything set for you here for the holidays, getting you in the holiday spirit, but all kinds of space down here. TVs at every single angle so you can watch a Chiefs game, as well as over here to my left, there is a stage, and the stage has a huge projector screen. You can check it out. We got a Christmas tree, a couple Christmas trees up here as well at Three Trails Brewing here in Independence, downtown Independence, right here on the square. Historic Independence, chat. So shout out to the fine folks at Three Trails for hosting me out here today as well. And you can hop on over here tomorrow on Friday. They got their open mic night this Friday, 6 to 9:30 p.m. All local artists, whether that's you're a comedian, you want to do some slam poetry. I'm sure they'll let you do some slam poetry here. You want to do some freestyle rap. I'm sure they'll let you do some freestyle rap. Anything. It's an open mic, 6 to 9:30. That's here at Three Trails Brewery, right here on the corner in downtown Independence. Shout out to them for having me today. Got all kinds of stuff here as well. They got a new beer, the Midnight Schooner. Schooner is out, a smooth dark porter, an American porter built for winter. Had a little bit of a try of it. If you are a porter fan, you will enjoy that as well. But appreciate everybody hanging out with me here in Lot T. D-Fizz shout out. Don't have my soundboard with me, so D-Fizz shout out. And what's going on? Drop your like, drop that subscribe in here. We're going to be hanging out talking about Chiefs, Chargers. I'll be taking your questions as well. We'll be answering all kinds of questions. Talking all kinds of Chiefs here on today's show. Taking you all the way up until 1 o'clock. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. First, I want to start. Let me head on over to Twitter. There was a couple of tweets as the Chiefs are having their press conferences right now. Weston Brewer wants us to tank for Jeremiah Love. We'll see how that goes. Oh, man, Alex Earl admits to rough times following breakup from Braxton Berrios. Huge. There are press conferences going on right now. Right now, there's press conferences going on for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me see if we got an injury update. No injury update that I can see. Not yet, but we will have one soon. I did see this tweet going around here from ACU. Just got here drinking early. Yeah, man, you got to talk about this team. You got to drink a little early, you know. You got to drink early when you're talking about this Kansas City Chiefs team. This here is from Charles Goldman, but the quote is from Dave Toub. He says, the motto down the stretch for this unit, his special teams unit, is have fun making plays. That would be really cool if this was an 11U football team, chat. That would be really cool if this wasn't a professional football team. Have fun making plays is what Dave Toub's special teams is trying to do. I guess if that's what makes them make plays, is if that's what's going to stop the holding penalties on kickoff return and punt return, I guess that's what we need to do, chat. Stephen Holman says, I guess holding and pushing people in the back is fun. Yeah, oh, that's an interesting spin zone. That is a spin zone. Maybe that was the fun stuff that they were doing, and the normal stuff was not fun. We'll see. ACU also says Toub and Heck need to go. I mean, there needs to be something. There needs to be changes happening on this team. We'll talk about it a little bit, but I saw that tweet and I was just kind of flabbergasted, in all honesty, about that one, about that quote. I mean, that could be true, but I don't think you need to tell people that. I don't know if you need to tell people that. Look at this this stat here. As I was doing some research for this game, I found this interesting. The Chiefs have 7 losses this year, right? They're 6-7. The 7 losses in 2025 are the second most in a season by a team to win at least 15 games the previous season in NFL history. The 2016 Panthers, who went 6-10 after posting a 15-1 record in 2015, have lost more games. I don't think, well, I guess they could technically lose 3 games. So they could get to that. I mean, they still are. They could get to the 6-10 mark. So they would be the worst team to have. They'd have the worst record of a team that won 15 games the following year. Andy Wardino says there needs to be a coaching change on offense and special teams. We'll see. I mean, I think there does need to be some sort of mix-up. Who knows what that mix-up will be? A, or B, if they will even have a mix-up in that stuff. We'll have to find out. Luis says special teams out here playing on vibes. Yeah, I think we could tell that, though, right? I think we all could tell that special teams was playing on vibes. That was pretty evident that special teams was playing on vibes. Big bummer on that quote there from Dave Tobe on how his special teams unit have done. But I thought that stat was interesting with the 7 losses that the Chiefs have, being the second most in a season to a team that won 15 games the year prior. I thought that was an interesting stat there from Next Gen Stats. Shout out to them. They always bring out the good insights, man. Next Gen Stats always brings the absolute heat when it comes to these matchup stats. I like tweeting them out for you guys to see them. If you don't have NFL Pro, right? If you don't have NFL Pro, you'll be wanting to see these insights, these matchup statistics. So that's why I tweet those out. There's another one out there that's going to be interesting. I got a couple scheduled. What about Chris Jones? How Chris Jones has been pretty solid this year in terms of get off and interior rushing. And then there's one about scrambles that I hadn't scheduled, but I think it's a pretty interesting one. Here's another tweet here from these press conferences as we're kind of just live reacting to these press conferences. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Matt Nagy says, stating the obvious, it's not what we wanted the last couple of weeks. There's been the same thing that has been going on, whether it's execution, the play call, just everybody all together. When you go through these times, it reveals character. In the end, we've got to win the game. We've got to do it better on offense. We've got to coach better. We're guaranteed 4 more games. It's time to do it. It is indeed time to do it. Matt Nagy looks like they're kind of taking some of the blame, obviously. Ed says unless Nagy gets a head coach job, I don't think we'll see a big change. It's possible. It's a very strong possibility that might be the only thing that creates a change. Dave Tobe could retire. He could retire. I wouldn't be shocked by that if Dave Tobe were to retire. I don't think that would floor anyone, right? ACU says, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm numb. Yeah, man. I mean, that's kind of what we've run into. It just seems like we keep saying the same stuff over and over, right, about this team. And the same problems keep persisting. They keep prevailing. And that's what's so frustrating. I think that's the bummer of this, right, chat? Blue Ivy Carter looks like Mom Beyonce's twin while out with daddy-daughter date with Jay-Z. It's a Lakers-Spurs game. She kind of does, though, chat. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sure that's what you guys tuned in for me to talk about Blue Ivy Carter. D-Fist says, I can't explain it. I woke up this morning feeling confident about the Chiefs winning this week, but ultimately, I don't think it'll matter. To keep interest another week would be nice, truthfully. I would appreciate them to keep my interest a little bit, but, I mean, they've lost the last 2 games, and they've been pretty disappointing in the last 2 games as well. So that is a big bummer. That's a huge bummer, truthfully, when it comes down to how I feel about the Chiefs' playoff chances. And again, like at the title of the stream, Chiefs need some serious help to get into the playoffs. The Chiefs, we'll talk about. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about their playoff chances because the Chiefs have to win all their games, right? Chiefs have to win all their games. That's a given. Can they do it? Maybe. That might be the hardest part that the Chiefs need help with, though. The Chiefs have to win all their games. The Chargers are obviously one of those games. Have to lose this one, and then they'll have to lose 2 out of the last 3. So the Chargers will have to lose 2 out of the last 3. And then you need the Colts to lose out, right? Colts to lose out as well. You just need to get ahead of the Colts. You need to get ahead of the Chargers to get into the playoffs. Like, that would be big, right? Like, they need some help, and they're past the point of owning their own destiny, which is a tough spot to be. It's a really tough spot to be. Ed says, I think Trey and Remigio are playing on Sunday. Trey would be huge. That would be a good one to get. Trey and Remigio, Trey would be a big one to get back. Looking at the, let's check this out. Let's check out yesterday's. Oh, shout out. Here we go, chat. Ahmad Hardy, AP Newcomer of the Year. Shout out, Ahmad Hardy. What a dog. Mizzou did have one of their running backs hit the transfer portal, but that's okay because Hardy and Roberts, I believe, are both coming back. Marquise Davis was who hit the transfer portal for him yesterday. Oh, did you guys see all that Sharon Moore stuff? That stuff's kind of crazy. Might talk about that a little bit. ACU said, would it piss you off more if they play like we expect and miss the playoffs, or just get in and get embarrassed? Ooh, that's a good question. Would it piss you off more if they play like we expect and miss the playoffs? I don't think missing the playoffs would piss me off at this point, truthfully, chat. I think I almost expect them to miss the playoffs at this point. Me personally, I kind of expect them to miss the playoffs with how they've played. So I don't think that would piss me off as much as, like, if they get in and then they just, like, shit their pants against, like, who would it be? The Broncos. If they do that, if they have to play the Broncos and then they shit their pants against the Broncos, I would not like that. Ed also says the Broncos need to sit their starters. Need to not sit their starters against the Chargers in Week 18. Correct. The Chiefs would need the Broncos to lose as well, so they don't have to sit their starters. And that's when it gets tricky, right? Like, that's when it gets tricky, chat, of how everything's going to play off. So I think that making it and, like, getting embarrassed by Bo Nix and the Broncos would probably piss me off more than them just, like, straight up missing it. I think that's where I'm at right now. That's a good question, ACU. I like that question. Robert says, Tucker, do you agree missing the playoffs this year would be the greatest thing ever for this team long term? I don't know about greatest thing ever. The title of my stream on Tuesday was, I think that what was it? It was about missing the playoffs. It was like, I think that the Chiefs should miss the playoffs and that'll be good for them. What's up, Joshua? Welcome in, dude. Thanks for joining us after the pressers. I think that, like, it will help them in the long term if they miss the playoffs, but I don't think it would be the greatest thing ever for the team if they miss the playoffs. That's a very funny wording, Robert. I appreciate that. Andy Ordino says, the worst possible thing for us is not to change and win because of Mahomes' magic, so Andy thinks what we're doing works. Steven says Hardy's the best running back that plays their home games in Missouri. You're damn right he is. You are damn right he is. He's a damn good running back. He's a damn good running back. So, yeah, I think I'm in agreement with the chat as well. Luis says embarrassed would piss me off even more, making it than getting embarrassed. Yeah, I think that's kind of the point, too, because I don't think it would piss me off if the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs at this point, because I don't anticipate them to make the playoffs. I have 34 text messages. That's kind of ridiculous, don't you think, chat? Nope, 41 text messages. That's a little ridiculous. Don't people know I'm streaming right now? Robert says, I think the biggest problem with this team is that you have to be heartless like New England was. They moved on from their star players, and KC can't do that. I think that's a part of it, right? I think that's a part of being able to move on and being more like a bit more business-like in terms of how you hand out these contracts. They handed out some contracts to some guys, some tertiary guys that have played really well. God, they keep texting me. Don't they know I'm live right now? This is embarrassing for Kent and Maddie. Robert, I do think that his plays a little bit intuitive, where they do kind of need to be a little bit more business-like instead of signing these like tertiary pieces, like these Nick Boltons, like your George Karlaftis. I don't want to say Trey Smith, but to an extent, Trey Smith to a contract, to these big contract pieces, right? I think it's interesting when you look at how it was, how New England was with how KC's been with like their hometown contracts. It's been a little bit different. Shout out Still Dreaming. He says, what's up? Could the team be the team Id Young next year? And they would pop. I don't think I understand that comment. Maybe I'm dumb, but I don't think I understand that. If they want a second dynasty, that's what they have to do. You're right, Robert. That is. They got to get a little bit more cutthroat. They got to get a little bit of the emotional side out of it, which is hard to do, right? Like, it's a very emotional sport. It's very emotional, just like in general. So hard to kind of compartmentalize that stuff, and that's, I think, what made New England's dynasty so good, is they were able to compartmentalize a lot of that stuff, relationshipally, however you say it, relationally. What do you guys think of the pressers? Let me know in the comment section. Joshua Zystro says they can give big contracts, but Veach needs to hit another 21-22 draft class run. Yeah, that's just true. I mean, his draft classes haven't been as good as 2022 and 21, and it's, in all fairness, going to be very, very difficult to do another 2022 class, like, ever, for how much production they got from those guys. Like, that was a very productive rookie class and a very important and crucial class. It's going to be hard to do that again, but he's got to get close. He's got to get close. Could it be they are young and pop next year? Sorry. No, they could. Defus says, so they aren't firing Andy, let's be clear, but no one has considered, does he just retire? I think it's been considered, Defus. I think it's considered. I don't know if he will, though. I think so. Here's the thing, Defus. If Andy Weed, LOL. If Andy Reid were to no longer be the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, it would have to be that way, right? It would have to be him leaving and him retiring. Now, necessarily, does he leave the franchise? I don't see that happening, probably. He would probably do the Bruce Arians thing where he steps back. They promote somebody, right? The guy that he wants. Or he goes into more of like a football operations type of role instead of like head coach. The Chiefs aren't going to make the decision for him. Andy Reid has to make that decision. That's what's going to be the interesting, I guess you could say, interesting part of this whole thing, is that Andy Reid has to make the decision. The Chiefs aren't going to make that decision for him. We'll see. Robert Miller said, Nagy said we had a successful run game. Must be watching two different teams, Matt. Must be watching two different teams, Nags. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm over here at Three Trails Brewing down here in downtown Independence, looking at the courthouse down here on the historic square of Independence, right next to the Harry Truman, just down the road from the Harry Truman House and the National Park stuff. So come check it out. Three Trails Brewing down here in Independence, locally brewed, everything that they got for you. They got it. I mean, look at this great space back here behind me. It's all decked out for Christmas, ready to go. We got a big old screen over here if you want to come and watch the Chiefs game this Sunday down here in Independence. Great spot to do so. Great beers. I just had an opportunity to try their Midnight Schooner, which is a smooth, dark American porter built for winter, and it is a wintry sipping beer. It is a good one. It is a good one. Had to get out here a little early so I could start sipping on some of the Three Trails Brewing just beers. The Three Trails beers, they got some good stuff here. Come and check it out. This team is driving me to come out here early to hang out. So come out here. Really great vibe. Really great space. You can bring outside food and non-alcoholic drink in as well and enjoy some of their beverages. So come check it out. They got the open mic night coming up tomorrow. They're doing it on Friday, 6 to 9:30 p.m. out here on the stage. Whether you got a band, whether you're a comedian, whether you want to do some slam poetry, some freestyle rap, come on out here to Three Trails. Come hang out as well. Saw this comment here from Andrew Schnittker. What happens first? The Royals trade for an outfield bat or Isaiah Pacheco finds a home for the 2026 season? That was a very good question, Andrew, because it seems like the Royals are not going to try to find an outfield bat at all. What if they sign an outfield bat instead of trade for one? I don't know. Isaiah Pacheco is gonna probably, man. Do you think they try to, Chad? Do you think they try to re-sign Isaiah Pacheco? I hope they don't, but do you think they try to extend him or re-sign him? Sorry, I was reading a tweet and I tried to have 4 words come out of my mouth at the same time. That's what happens. Here's a quote interesting here from Charles Goldman tweeted this out, but it's from Steve Spagnuolo. Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo on safety Jaden Hicks. If you ask Jaden, he'd tell you he'd had an up and down season. We're going to need him now. He's had some flashes. He's made some mistakes that we wouldn't have thought he would have made in his second season. That's interesting. Andrew Snedeker, if they re-sign Isaiah Pacheco, I'm becoming a Panthers fan. I do live in North Carolina. You and Maddie Lamb both living in North Carolina. Speaking of North Carolina, did you guys see the tweet that I made earlier? I already brought it up on the stream, but I've got to bring it up now because it is about the Panthers. It's about the Panthers. It's about the Chiefs. And it might not be something you want to see, but the Chiefs' 7 losses in 2025 are the second most in the season by a team to win at least 15 games in their previous season. Woof. Woof. I was hopeful after his rookie season, but Pop has no vision. Yeah, see, that's the thing about Pacheco. Pacheco's been a real big bummer, man. I guess we're seeing why he was a 7th-round draft pick, but Pacheco's been a bummer, and he performed well in the first part of his career. But like the injuries, man, injuries are killer. All that stuff is real bad. I don't know how the injuries affect the vision, but they do. They do. Yeah, guys, cut Andrew a break. He's just joking around, man. He's just joking. Andrew's just joking around. He's not actually going to become a Panthers fan. No person in their right mind would actually do that. No person in their right mind would be a Panthers fan, okay? They've got podcasters quitting. Let's see how many texts I have now, because I keep feeling them texting me. 58. Oh, do they know that I'm live? Ricky Pacheco was one of my favorite players to watch. Yeah. Yeah, too bad those are like different players, unfortunately. Unfortunately, those are like different players. All right, chat, I got to tell you about our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back from Three Trails right after this. Maybe we'll play some Sporkle games. And I'll answer more of your questions. Get those questions in the chat. Pepper the chat with those questions. Chiefs.
Missouri, your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is now live in your state. Now you can make every game even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more, all from your phone, all safe, secure, and easy to use. Missouri fans know game day. The tailgates, the noise, the passion. Now with DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bring that same energy to every snap, every touchdown, every win. And right now, new Missouri customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, no nonsense, just pure action powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KCSN. New Missouri customers bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code KCSN. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Thanks for hanging out with me here on KCSN Live. A little update here from Matt McMullen, Wanya Morris, Jawan Taylor, and Nick Bolton won't practice for the Chiefs today. Nick Bolton has an illness. Jawan Taylor, that knee injury, Jawan Taylor, that tricep injury, and Wanya Morris, that knee injury. Levitt says, Jake in the chat says, Tucker, if you were to be a fan of any other team in the NFL, what would it be? Funny enough, it would probably be the Carolina Panthers. It would probably be the Carolina Panthers. No, I like the Panthers when they had Cam Newton. I'm a big Cam Newton guy. You guys know this about me. Love me some Cam Newton. Yeah, I don't know if it would be the Panthers, actually. I'd have to think about that for a little bit. I would probably, if I had to be like, if someone was like, you cannot cheer for the Chiefs ever again, I'd probably like cheer for like players, you know? Like what team my favorite player would have been on, and like outside, like whatever team Jameis Winston's on, I guess. I guess to answer your question, Jake, if I would be a fan of any other team in the NFL, it would be Jameis Winston. That would be the team that I would be a fan of. TBH, I'd pick the Bucs. The Bucs crossed my mind. I like the Bucs aesthetics. I truthfully like the Panthers aesthetics too, with the blue. The powder blue is a good look. Andrew Schnicker says Jawan Taylor shouldn't play another game. Evaluate more in Pole. Yeah, I did see that. And I don't know. I don't know of like how serious he was about being offended. I think he was like joking a little bit. I think there was like a little bit of sarcasm in it about him being offended. But I do think like he legit still wants to play. I don't know if he can still play. It legit would be the Panthers for me. Thank God my dad is from Missouri. Yeah, that was a clutch save. Clutch save by your dad there. How old is Cam Newton? Cam Newton is 36 years old. 36 years old for Cam Newton. That's a little bit younger than I thought he was, truthfully. The thing about Flacco going to the Colts, it makes sense, though, because he knows that system a little bit. Cam better than Rivers right now. Andrew says there's a 0% chance Cam's shoulder could throw a ball more than 4 yards without exploding right now. I don't really know. I'm not gonna act like I know what Cam Newton's workout routine is. I know he's posting it on Snapchat all the time, I guess. I didn't know that he was doing that, but apparently he's posting his workout routines on Snapchat and he's in shape, which I'm sure he is. Pretty fit dude. But at least Joe Flacco knows that system, right? So, like, it makes a little bit of sense to be like, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess it makes sense to sign Joe Flacco because he did play in this system. I get it. That 2021 Cam comeback game for 2 games was legendary. Yeah, it was pretty sick. The I'm back was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty sick. I'm always gonna be partial. To Cam Newton because of the Auburn Cam Newton and that Cam Newton run with the Panthers, the early Cam Newton run. What was that? 2015, 2016, right? Those were I mean that was what 2016. That would have been like my 2015, 2016 would have been my senior year of high school. So like I loved Cam Newton. from Auburn up until those Panthers years, and that's why. Shout out Steven. That's why I think I have a soft spot for the Panthers. I don't like root for the Panthers, but I have like a soft spot for them, if that makes sense. Other teams I have a soft spot for. They're all NFC teams. I don't know if there's an AFC team that I have a soft spot for. I'll think about it for a little bit. Luis says, in a sicko way, I want Rivers to go off to defy Father Time, but given the Chiefs situation, need the Colts to be buns. Yeah, so that's the problem, is that like Chiefs fans kind of can't cheer for Phillip Rivers to go off. They need Phillip Rivers to suck if they want to make the playoffs. Andrew says, my freshman year of college was a year the Panthers went 15-1 and went to the Super Bowl, and Papa John's across North Carolina did half-price pizza the day after the Panthers scored 20 points. We got a half-price pizza for every Monday night football game that year. That's so sick. That's so sick. Put Papa John's on a house and home. Jake says, I need to get more into college football so I could root for players that I like. For me, it's definitely Luther Burden, though. I love to see him do good. Yeah, dude, I mean, that always helps. So, that's what I always like is if you follow college football, you fall in love with these guys at college football level, and then you get to see them. I mean, even the guys that don't go to your own school, right? Like Luther Burden, I love Luther Burden. I want to see Luther Burden do really well. He's going to the Bears, so then eventually maybe I'll have a soft spot for the Bears. It might take a while, but eventually I might get there, right? That's what I think helps create these soft spots for other teams is that the college guys that you watched, these college guys that you grew to be very fond of and then you grew to like a whole lot, they go into the NFL and then they create soft spots there. Like Cam Newton's a great example. Jameis Winston's a great example for me. I'm trying to think since then if there's really been any guys that I've like really loved in college that have gone on to the NFL. Yeah, you're right, T-Fizz. Bears fans don't have a soft spot for the Bears. It's true. I'm trying to think, man. Check out Cam won that Heisman, right? Cam Newton won the Heisman? Yeah, because they called him Scam Newton. Yeah. 2010? How old was Cam Newton when he went to the league? All right, chat. We're gonna do a Cam Newton deep dive. Are you guys ready? Let's do a Cam Newton deep dive. Tucker, did you talk about that Joe Burrow press conference? No, I did not talk about the Joe Burrow press conference. That was crazy. UCLA fan, I like Maurice Jones-Drew when he was a dog with the Jags. Yeah, Maurice Jones-Drew was kind of sick. I love Joe Burrow in college, but got over that real quick. Yeah, Joe Burrow was a sick one. I did like Joe Burrow in college. All right, hang on. How old was Cam Newton when they went on that run? Because did he win the Heisman in 2010? Is that what I'm being told? Am I being told he won the Heisman in 2010? Joe Burrow to the Vikings? Yeah, that would be crazy. Let's see Wikipedia beg. 07 and 08. 09 he was at Ben. And then Auburn 2010. Damn, it was 2010. Seamus, what's up, dude? Welcome in. I hope the Chargers beat our ass, says Kyler. Hey, yo, dude. So he would have been 2011. Okay, he's 36 right now. 2011 was how many years ago? 14? Rookie of the year? Damn, dude. I didn't realize it was 2010 when he was when he was at Auburn. I didn't realize it was 2010, man. That's crazy. Burrow and McCarthy switched teams. That would be crazy if they just did like a... They wouldn't do player for player because that would be so wrong. Be so wrong. I did not realize that Cam Newton's dad played for the Cowboys and the Bills. Did not realize that. Look how much bigger Cam Newton is than all these jabrones. Crazy. TBH, I think I'd completely love Joe Burrow again if he got traded to the NFC. Probably. Cam was on that Florida team that won the Natty. Dude, that Cam team... Bro, this was a stacked Heisman, dude. This was a stacked Heisman. Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, LaMichael James. You guys remember LaMichael James? I know about Christian McCaffrey's dad, James. I know about Christian McCaffrey's dad. This is not like the Heisman voting we got going on right now, chat. Yeah, Andrew Snicker says now compare that to this year's Heisman voting. Not like the Heisman voting that we got going on right now. This is like loaded, stacked and loaded. So, okay. He won Rookie of the Year, right? 14-0. Damn, he kind of went off at Ben. 30 touchdowns to 7 picks. 1,400 rushing yards and 20 rushing touchdowns. Holy cow. He had 50 total touchdowns his senior year at Auburn. Dude. We used to watch gods. 50 total touchdowns? That's nuts. That is nuts, chat. Just watch Cam Newton Auburn highlights. This dude was a beast, dude. Look at that gun. Look at that hose. Who's the best college football QB season of all time? Oh, wow, dude. Case Keenum had a really good year at Houston. Colt Brennan had a really good year at Hawaii. And Colt Brennan, I think, and Case Keenum are the two for... Maybe, are they passing yards in a career? Yeah. I pump faked on my words. I shouldn't have pump faked. Jackie Moon's not here. I just realized in the chat. Tuck, honest question for Sunday. It's going to be like 10 degrees out. Do you trust this team will pull a full game together to put out the win? The weather will be interesting, but I think that could play in their favor. I think it could play in their favor. R.I.P. Cole Brennan, D dead. R.I.P. I mean, dude, Cam Newton. Look. I mean, just look at this dude. This dude was a brick shit house. Oh my gosh. Look at that cannon. Look at that cannon. If that's cold, Herbert's hand will be really sore. For sure. Andrew says Matt Nagy said we have a good run game, so cold will be no problem. That's true. Prime Vince Young was pretty sick. Seamus, Tucker, if you had your choice, whose job goes first, Nagy or Embry? Probably both of them at the same time. Hard to trust anything that Nagy says at the moment. That's also very true. Yeah, dude, Cam Newton was insane. I mean, come on, dude. I remember being in high school watching late night Hawaii games, watching Colt Brennan rip. Yeah, dude. There was a Boise State. There's a Boise State Hawaii game. Yeah, 2019 Joe Burrow was a really good year. That's right. You know what, Jake? Let's just do best college QB seasons of all time. This says Joe Burrow's number one. This is 24/7 Sports. All right, let's go 24/7 Sports. Brad Crawford, great source. This is as of 2020, right? So, obviously, Trevon Boykin. dog. 2018 Tua was pretty insane. 87 touchdowns in his in his Bama career. 43 touchdowns in 2018. 5 rushing touchdowns. So that's what, 48 to 6. 48 total touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 24-2 in his career. I mean, look, Tua was a dog in college football. Tua was a really good college quarterback. Jameis's Florida State was really good. 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You know what Jameis, you were getting interceptions, but 65 touchdowns in his career at Florida State. Jameis was a dog. That 2013 year when he won the Heisman, threw for over 4,000, had 40 touchdowns, 26-1 in his college career, guys. Jameis was a dog in college. Jameis was an absolute dog in college. He lost one football game. One football game. Deshaun Watson was also really good. Unfortunately, Deshaun Watson was really good. We'll skip over that one. Marcus Mariota. Yeah, he was pretty. I mean, look, 105 touchdowns. 28 rushing touchdowns. Damn, he had 133 touchdowns. Total touchdowns. He lost 5 games in his college career. Baker Mayfield 2017 was pretty insane. I remember wanting Mariota over Winston in that draft. Now, I was a big Jameis guy. I'm not going to lie. You guys probably know that. I was a big Jameis guy. 43 touchdowns for Baker in 2017. Great year. Lost 6 games. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was a dog at Oklahoma, too. 42 pass touchdowns, 12 rush touchdowns in 2018. Oh, yeah, 50 total. He had 50 touchdowns. So he had 63 total touchdowns in his career. That season, he had 54 total touchdowns in 2018. Won the 2018 Heisman. Only lost 2 games in his career. Pretty good. Lamar. Holy hell, dude. Lamar had 69 pass touchdowns, 50 rush touchdowns in his career. This is career-wise, right? So he had 51 total touchdowns in 2016, which was better than Cam's total touchdowns. He did lose 11 games in his career, though. I saw Lamar play in college, too. Hashtag go ACC. Yeah, that Louisville, baby. Teddy Bridgewater walked so Lamar Jackson could run. Clip that, Chops. Tucker, we are talking QB seasons. Yeah, dude, that's what we're talking about right now. College QB seasons. Lamar. Johnny Manziel did tear it up. 26 passing touchdowns, 12 rushing tuds. Won the Heisman that year. Cam Newton's Auburn, number 2. 2,800 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 20 rush touchdowns. Only 7 picks. Hey, what makes this? Hang on. He had 2,800. He only played 1 year, too, by the way. Cam did. 2,800 pass yards. What was Lamar's? Damn, Chat, I kind of think that Lamar statistically might have been better. 9 interceptions. Unless he rushed for more yards. 7 interceptions. 1,400 rushing yards. What did Lamar have? 50. Ooh. Mike Evans did bail out Manziel a lot. And then Joe Burrow. I mean, look at Joe Burrow's year, man. I mean, 5,600 yards, 60 pass touchdowns. 60 pass touchdowns is nuts, dude. This is like not even a rush. Like he didn't run the ball, right? That's 60 pure passing touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He was throwing 10 touchdowns before he threw an interception. This is the definition of guys being dudes, man. Just talking about college football years, man. The thing you also have to factor in is Louisville would have been trash without Lamar. That's a good point. And also, like, the level of competition is not the same that, like, Cam Newton had to face in 2012. like 2012 SEC was also a bunch of dogs in there. When you're throwing to Jet, yeah. I mean, look, we all know that, like, he had a tremendous team around him. Joe Burrow did. But it doesn't. I don't think it makes these statistics any less impressive because he was throwing. Look at that, 76% completion percentage, chat. He lost 3 games in his career. Luis makes a great point. Prime CEH too. He had Clyde on this team, man. He had Clyde on this team. Lamar's a pretty good quarterback for a wide receiver. That's what always like frustrated me about that conversation is that like Lamar has always put up really good numbers. Just saw that Matt Stafford is leading the NFL in touchdowns thrown with 35. Next closest is Dak with 26. Old guys are spinning. They are. Those old guys are spinning. I mean, that's an insane year, chat. That's an insane year. 60 pass touchdowns. I don't care who you're throwing it to. Oh, wow. Andrew Schnicker says that 2019 LSU Alabama game, national championship game. Let's look that up. 2019 college football national championship. Oh, it would have been 2020. It would have been 2020. Let's check this out because I think Wikipedia should. Oh, not the night, just the regular game. Oh yeah, they played Clemson. That's right. That's right. So 2019 Alabama what? LSU. Okay, here we go. This should show us the starters. Box store. Tua, NFL. Joe Burrow, NFL. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, NFL. Najee Harris, NFL. Brian Robinson Jr., NFL. Slade Bolden? Is Slade Bolden still active? There's no way, right? I don't think he is. Maybe he is. No, he's not. Birmingham Stallions. Damn, look at this receiving core, chat. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Clyde, Thaddeus Moss, Terrace Marshall, Tyrion Davis Price, Devonta Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Najee Harris, Jalen Waddle. Dude, the talent that this Alabama team had. The talent of this Alabama team is insane. Pat Queen on defense. We haven't even gotten to the defense yet. You got defense stats over here? Joe Burrow threw for 393 and 3 tutties in this game. That's insane. 213 yards. Yeah, Devonta Smith had 213 yards too. Alabama before NIL. Yeah, dude, they were insane. Well, here, this is what we need to do. We need to go to 2019 Alabama starters. Xavier McKinney. They had Diggs and Surtain at the same time. Dude, this deep Christian Barmore. Dude, oh, that's Macari back then. Jordan Battle. Trevon Diggs, Pat Surtain. Raekwon Davis. Jared Maiden. Christian Harris. Anthony Jennings. Shane Lee. Xavier McKinney. Byron Young. I mean, oh yeah, no, LSU defense definitely had some dogs that year. They definitely had some dogs. Oh, here we go. This is the better way to do it. Tua, Mac Jones was also on that team. Najee Harris, Brian Robertson, Keelan Robinson, Jerome Ford, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, Terrell Shavers, Devonta Smith, Miller Forstall, Cameron Latu, Deontay Brown, Landon Dickerson. Oh, I forgot about Landon Dickerson. Alex Leatherwood, Evan Neal, Amari Knight, Jedrick Willis, Christian Barmore, Raekwon Davis, Justin Agobi, Fedarian Mathis. Dude, this team was stacked. Jalen Armour Davis. That DB room was nuts. Look at this. Trevon Diggs. Xavier McKinney. Pat Surtain 2. PS2. Will Reichert. The kicker. Dude. That 2019 LSU. All right, let's look at this one because we're going to have a lot. I mean, obviously, Joe Burrow, Clyde, Tyrion Davis-Price, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Terrace Marshall, Racey McMath, Trey Palmer. Trey Palmer was on that team. Steven Sullivan, Anthony Bradford, Austin Deculus. I didn't know Austin Deculus was on that team. Brent Fehoko, Kalavion Chasen, Damone Clark, Pat Queen, Jacob Phillips, Troy Carter, Grant Delpit, Neil Farrell, Christian Fulton, Cordell Flott, Saki Ika, Jacoby Stevens, Derek Stingley, Lloyd Cushenberry, Ed Ingram, Thaddeus Moss too. Dude, those teams were stacked. Those teams were absolutely stacked. What a good guys being dudes segment that we just had there, chat. That was a great guys being dudes segment. That Moss started at NC State when I was a student. Hell yeah, Andrew, that's so dope. Do you have any classes with him? That Alabama team didn't even make the CFP, and we've got Notre Dame crying over not making it with their best wins against NC State and Georgia Tech. It's a great point. That's a great point. God, what a great rabbit hole, guys. What a great rabbit hole that was. What a great rabbit hole. Again, I got to thank our friends at Three Trails Brewing here in downtown Independence. As I'm looking out here on the square, that's what you see me looking at over here. I'm just looking at all the moving and shaking going on here at the square down here in downtown Independence. Wonderful spot that they got going on. Right here on the corner, right by the courthouse, right by the Harry Truman House and all the historical sites in Independence. So make sure to come out here for the game. They got all kinds of TVs, just like everywhere you look there's a TV, so you will not be able to miss the game at all. You'll be able to see every second of the action. They also got this big huge projector screen over here, and it's all decked out for Christmas as well. So if you want to get in the Christmas spirit, they got you covered here at Three Trails. They also have their new American Porter beer out as well, Midnight Schooner. You can go check that out here at the brewery. Also, open mic nights on Fridays, so make sure to come check them out on Friday. Really do appreciate everybody hanging out with me at this time. Go for a couple more minutes here. Patrick Marr says looks like a badass spot for KCS and draft night. Look at all the space they got here, guys. Like, that's one thing that I really like about this. Sometimes when you go to spots to like watch games, there's not enough space. There's plenty of tables, plenty of space all around. I can move the camera around. Look at this. That's the big screen I've been telling you guys about. That's the big screen over there, right? The big screen. And then if you come all the way over here, there is all of the space over here. All these tables. Those are all the TVs back there. There's like a little bar seating, some garage doors. When it gets nice, they'll throw the garage doors up. So it's a super sick spot over here, chat. Super sick spot to come hang out, watch a game, grab a beer, get in the Christmas spirit. If you want to entertain some open mic tomorrow at 6, man, come on out. Tomorrow at 6, come on out. They got the open mic, and you can tell some slam poetry. You can read some raps. You can freestyle if you wanted to. Just tell them that Tucker from KC Sports Network sent you if you come on out. But yeah, I mean, if you need a spot to watch the game, noon game this week, so come on out over to Three Trails Brewing here in downtown Independence. Great spot, man. They've done a really good job of the square here, just kind of making it all flow. Good parking. There's good parking spots all over the place, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, really enjoyed my time here. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me as well. The Jets have drafted Mason Taylor bit was legendary. Yeah, that was pretty good. Tucker, have you ever been to Chicken and Pickle? I have been to Chicken and Pickle. I've been to both of them, actually. The one in North Kansas City and the one that's down in Overland Park. But Overland Park. Don't leave, Tucker. I don't want to do work. I get it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys can just replay it if you don't want to do work, I guess. I guess you can just replay it. I've been watching a lot of Outdoor Boys videos recently. I know that our Will's retired, but I've been watching a lot. I've been going back watching a lot of the old Outdoor Boys channels. With it being like cold outside, it makes me want to watch some Outdoor Boys YouTube channels. Kyle, I don't know if they do or not. I don't know if they do have the outdoor ice rink. I couldn't tell you. But appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Today is Thursday, so I will not be back tomorrow. Josh will be back tomorrow. When Outdoor Boys hits the FYP, it's time for bed. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening right now. Is the Outdoor Boys is hitting the For You page. It's time for me to turn in. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me here at Three Trails Brewing. Appreciate all the fine folks here at Three Trails as well. But you guys already know it's Thursday. I will not be back tomorrow. We will have Joshua Briscoe. Nick Springer will be sitting in for that show, so I will not even be back tomorrow for that show. It will be Nick. It'll be Josh. They will be doing everything else with Joshua Briscoe. That'll be live at noon. We're going to have Only Weird Games today at 4:30. That'll be live. We'll obviously have that football show Friday morning out as well in this here YouTube feed. 8 a.m. it'll be there. Or wherever you listen to podcasts at 10 a.m. we'll have it there as well. Anything else? Oh, I'll have 21 Questions with Sterling Holmes coming up on Friday night. 5 Things will be Saturday, and we'll obviously be live after the Chiefs and the Chargers game, so make sure to lock in with us there. We really do appreciate you guys hanging out. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Like